Lesson 3, addition and subtraction word problems. So in word problems, when you have a word problem, we have what's called plots. So we're going to go over 4 of the plots today. When you read a story or you read a book, there's what's called a plot. That's just the storyline. In this case, it's what is it about? What is the story problem about? So there's 4 that we're going to go over today. The first one is called combining. Combining just means that you have some, then you get some more, and you have a total. And sometimes we write this with S plus M equals T. So for example, if I said, okay, Andrew's playing basketball and he got 12 points the first half, then he made some more baskets the second half for a total of 27 points in the game. How many points did he score the second half? This is a combining because he got some points, then he got some more, and he has a total at the end. That's the plot. So we know to solve it we have to subtract, but the actual plot is a combining plot. So we're going to subtract 12 from both sides of the equal sign, and we get M equals 27 minus 12, or 15. We got 15 points. So sometimes in the problems it says name the plot, write the equation, and solve. The equation for this is going to look like this. The equation will not look like a subtraction problem, okay? So you want to know the plot so you know what type of equation you're going to have. The second type of plot we have is called separating. A separating plot. That's where you have a starting amount minus some went away equals what's left. So you put that in there. So we sometimes have our equation S minus A equals L for what's left. So for example, if I go to the store with $20 and I buy some cat food and my change is $5.17, how much is the cat food? So the plot is actually I'm coming to the store with an amount. Some goes away, so I pay for what I'm buying, and then I have an amount that's left. How much was the cat food? Well, we solve this problem by subtracting the $5.17 from the $20. And if we were to add the A to this side, in fact, we're going to put that right here. We're going to get A equals $14.83. Another example for a separating problem would be if you went to the store with some money, it doesn't tell you how much, and you spend $14.83 on something like cat food, and your change was $5.17, what did you start with? It's still a separating problem because you have start minus the amount you paid equals what's left. So in this case, we would have to add to both sides, and we get our starting amount was $20. So the plot is just what type of word problem is it? Okay, comparing. A comparing problem would be like how much older is so-and-so am I than you? Or difference in height. You know, you're comparing how tall you are to somebody else. So we have greater, you just take the greater amount minus the lesser, and it gives you the difference. And in the word problem, they can give you any two of those 3 things, but it still would be a comparing problem. And the last one is called elapsed time. And that's when you take the later time minus the earlier time and you get the difference. This one we do L minus E equals D, which reminds me I didn't do our letters for this one. It was G minus L equals D. Sorry about that. Greater minus lesser equals difference. And for elapsed time, later minus earlier equals the difference. So for example, if you were to say, someone, let's see, I don't have a name. Someone was born in 1960 and, no, died in 1960. That's what it was. Died in 1960 at 43 years old. How old was he when he was born? So you take the later time minus the earlier time. We don't know the date he was born, but we know he was 43 when he died. So in this case, we would need to subtract 43 from 1960 and find out that this particular person was born in 1917. So those are the 4 plots in word problems. So that's the end of the lesson.